What's up, Bulldogs, and welcome to this week's news show. I'm Claire Davis.
And I'm Molly Hotek. This week we sat down with North's fall play.
We covered the Adventurers League
And various senior projects. This past weekend, North put on a production of Shakespeare's The Merchant of Venice. We sat down with cast and crew to talk about their experience with the play. BNN reporters Deshna Venkatachelan and Bryn Stewart tell us more.
BNN sat down with students from North Drama to discuss The Merchant of Venice play that took place December 3rd through the 5th.
My name is Xavier Smith. I am a senior at Columbus North.
My name's Ava Chastain and I'm a sophomore.
My name is Cole. I'm a freshman.
I've done it all of my high school career, but I've been doing the week-long drama camps before then as well. So
I think I've been doing it since 7th grade. I started in the North Drama and I did Animal Farm.
I've been doing theater since 6th grade, but obviously this is my first high school play.
This year we did Merchant of Venice. It's a Shakespeare play. It's really complicated because there's a lot of subplots, but essentially this woman named Shylock, this Jewish woman who's pretty wealthy, she loans this man Antonio some money, 3,000 ducats to be exact, and in return, if he doesn't get her loan back, then she will take a pound of his flesh.
I was Lancelot, a servant, and pretty much the clown of the play.
I played Jessica, her daughter, so my entire character arc was just I wanted to get away from my horrible mother because she was not a good person, and so I ended up marrying a Christian who stripped me of my beliefs, and I ended up kind of losing everything in the process because I just wanted to get away from her.
I was the Duke of Venice. I oversaw the trial, which was basically where Shylock lost everything.
Senior Xavier Smith talks about his favorite memory from the play.
Favorite memory of rehearsing overall? Probably have to go with learning how to get pushed around and take a beating with it looking real while still not actually getting hit as hard as I would be in real life.
Near the end I have one really big scene that lasts like 20 minutes, and that scene was always really fun to rehearse just because we were all laughing the whole time because nobody really knew what they were doing, but it ended up okay in the end. So.
Favorite memory was when we were rehearsing one day with Shylock. Basically she forgot her line and she just said, I will, just kept saying, I want my bond.
We had to learn our lines, most obviously and foremost, but then we also had to become our own characters.
Honestly, it was pretty easy this year, just practicing over and over again. I mostly had my lines memorized once we went off book. I didn't expect to have them, but I just did, I knew them. But just going through and writing them down without knowing, just to get it in muscle memory, just remember, is how I do it mostly.
Performing is always exhilarating. You step on stage and it's just another type of adrenaline that you don't get from anything else that I know of. I
always really love performing, that's the best part to me. Just because I love getting out there to see all those people, just watch and gauge the reactions, and that's the fun thing about theater is you can see what people are doing and change how you're acting based on how the audience reacts, so that's my favorite part.
What's it like being a part of North Drama? Well, in my opinion, I think it's one of the best drama groups and productions that I've seen in Columbus, so I've always enjoyed being a part of that, but there's just so many faces that I don't get to see around school that I know I'm good friends with, and people that I know will direct and do well, so I'm just excited to be a part of that.
It's really great, honestly, especially because of our director, John Johnson. He makes it a really great experience and a really good environment for everyone. It's a really good experience, and I'm really glad that I do it and I'm going to continue to do it.
This is Bryn and Deshna reporting for BNN.
The Adventurers League is a new club at school that has been going on for a few weeks, where students can play Dungeons & Dragons in the library on Wednesdays. Reporters Michaela Brown, Hayden Pinkerton, and Quentin Simpson tell us more.
D&D is a new club for students to come together and play Dungeons & Dragons. BNN sat down with club leader Mr. Hadley and other members of the club to discuss their experiences.
My name is Addison Mann. I'm a sophomore.
I am Will McCourt, and I am a freshman.
I'm Mr. Hadley. I teach English 10th, 11th, and 12th grade.
I joined the D&D club because I was always interested in like some role playing, but I just never had like friends to play with. So when I saw the club, I just joined because.
I joined the D&D club because I love D&D.
I'm rather public with my love of Dungeons & Dragons, have some posters up in the room, other stuff like that, and the fact I often don't shut up about it. They had a couple different students let me know that that's something that they were interested in and would like to have a place to meet here at school. So worked through the process, got it approved, and now we have the club meets every Wednesday after school in the library.
The best part about the club is just kind of getting to like meet people.
The pure amount of chaos that is capable of happening.
One of my favorite parts about it is that it can really be good for students who might otherwise not want to be in a club or might not have other clubs that really fit their interests or needs, because this could be a really fun way to meet up with some friends, meet new people, learn how to play a fun game, and just generally, socialize with other people who have similar interests, or I guess meet other good nerds who like to be nerdy.
I haven't made any new relationships with the club. I've only been to one meeting so far.
I do intend to make new friends during the time in the club.
I first got into D&D this year when I joined the club.
I first got into Dungeons & Dragons about a year ago. I've loved it since.
So I've actually haven't been playing D&D all that long, considering that it's been around since the 1970s. I started about 5 years ago or so, where I was on a road trip with some friends, and in a 16-hour car ride where we had nothing else to do, one of my friends wanted to play D&D in the car, and that's how I started. And then, as I am wont to do, I became absolutely obsessed with it, bought all the books, and ended up, learning the rules and how to play, and then started running my own games as well.
Other people should join the club because it's just a chance to get to meet new people and it's fun.
I think other students should join the D&D club because it's a lot of fun in general. There's a lot of stuff that you can do in Dungeons & Dragons, and it's just an all-around good time.
So it's a great place if you want to meet some new friends, have some fun adventures, and just generally be creative in school at a very low stress environment. A lot of our players have never played D&D before, and that's not a problem at all. You don't have to know anything about the rules to show up and play. We have it all sorted out where we can help you catch up to speed in not too long at all, and at a very low stress environment, and we're all learning together and can have fun with other nerds who like to do the same type of thing.
This is Michaela Brown reporting for BNN.
Some senior projects will be wrapping up at the end of this first semester. We sat down with several seniors to talk about some of the requirements for this project. BNN reporters Chloe Lavelle and Michelle Caldwell tell us more.
We sat down with Mr. Sievers and Ella Ferber to talk about the process of completing a senior project.
I'm Mr. Sievers. I teach business education, which includes the Career Information and Exploration class. I also teach business law and ethics and personal finance.
My name is Ella Ferber, and I'm a senior at North.
Senior project is it's a 20 or more hour project that benefits the community in some way. It should be something that you're passionate about, something that will push you, which is a stretch for you, put you out of your comfort zone a little bit, but ultimately benefits the community in some way.
So a senior project is basically like something that people are interested in. Like, it's usually based around their personal interests, and it just is a project that somehow benefits the community.
Steps to complete a senior project, there are 4 steps primarily. There's coming up with an idea. Once you come up with the idea, that requires a proposal, formal proposal, which includes a proposal brief, extended proposal, a mentor acceptance form, a parental approval form, and potentially a facility usage form. The second step is to complete the project. You got to do it. Third step is you need to complete your portfolio, which is implementing and accumulating and putting together all your important documents that prove you completed the project. And then the last step is to give a presentation.
For my project so far, I have sent in my proposal and I've worked on my research essay, and I've kind of planned out what I'm going to do when it comes time for me to do my senior project. The process I went through to plan my project was kind of trying to find something that was more personal to me, and that I would be able to do a project about. And then I kind of thought of like what I have gone through in classrooms and how I've seen other students work in classrooms to see what I could do to help benefit kids more.
We had the senior project because our school board decided that we needed to do them, and they benefit students in a variety of ways, and they learn new skills from it. I would say students struggle the most with time management, getting it done. Sometimes students want to put it off to the end and it becomes very difficult because issues arise. I also think the paperwork is a little bit overwhelming. There's quite a bit of paperwork to fill out, and understanding what needs to be done and when is fairly challenging. And I think the third thing is just being nervous when they present. Students are pretty nervous for presentations, which is normal.
For me, the most difficult part of planning my senior project was trying to find a good fundraiser to raise money for fidget toys for classrooms, and then trying to figure out the best way to make an impact with mental health that would benefit all students.
First semester students that are in the class right now are in the presenting stage, the very last stage. Some of them have already presented, others are still presenting through December 17th. The students who are not in the class are doing it on their own or taking a second semester. Most of them have an accepted proposal at this point, and they're working on the project itself.
My advice for people starting the senior project would be to do something that you're passionate about, because if you don't, then you won't really want to do your senior project and you'll procrastinate, so make sure you really love what you're doing.
This is Chloe and Michelle reporting for BNN.
And that's all for this week's news show. I'm Molly Hotek.
And I'm Claire Davis. And as always, you're watching Bulldog News Network.